10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Through Black and White Eyes for today's review of that unbelievable match last night. Really looking forward to discussing it with the lads. But we'll get through the usual stuff. Please keep comments respectful. Super chats are available in the bottom right-hand corner if you want to donate to the channel, which passes on to charity. We do have a monthly fee of 99p, which helps keep the channel going. And we need to do a draw soon. Hi, Chairs. Hope you're well. Leslie's also in the house. Just set a reminder, Mogul did predict, or just a reminder, Mogul did predict 6. He did. But he predicts 6 every time. He's going to get it right once in a blue moon. So it's not like he pulled that one out of his backside as a one-off, was it? So well done, No Blade. Are you still poorly or just having a night off? Evening, everyone. I have Thursdays off. Ooh, legitimate day off. Nice. Enjoy it. Gaz is in the house as well, on Saturday now for some reason. Forest, I think, did quite well today. Yeah, 3-0 against Fenerbahce. Crazy. How are we doing? Evening, everyone. Evening. Harry's in the house as well. Love to see Harry there. Yep, Forest did very well. Purple. I'm lost now. Because I'm just flying through them as quick as I can. Dan.
Oi.
Oi.
I am sorry. I'm packing my bags.
It's fine. Don't worry.
I'm getting ready.
Not far away. Credit where it's due. Mogul say 7. All right. Okay. Fair enough. He does say 6 a lot as well, though. 6, 7.
He does. But...
Evening, Don.
Hey, Don.
Hey, how are you doing?
Which game are you watching?
I'm actually watching our curlers.
Oh, right. I like a bit of curling. The Canadians have got a lot to answer for.
Scrub. Yep. Sweet.
I think it's a very good tactical game, to be fair, but I can't believe people would actually cheat in it, which I find absolutely crazy. So there you go.
Mental.
It is absolutely mental. So we are here to discuss this. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh, my goodness.
I said to the missus, I said, look, I've not seen my boys in 2 years. I'm going back to Newcastle to watch the game on Wednesday. That caused a little stir because I didn't realise it was half term. And she was at work. Oops. Still went home, though. Went to the Monks Eating Arms. Saw a few of my friends. Watched the game. I was stunned. I mean, we all said it, when we're talking to each other, would take a 1-1, would take a 2-1. We don't want to be going to St James's Park chasing 2 or 3 goals or anything like that. And that first 45 minutes was as good as the Palace 45 minutes when we actually stuffed them. It was as good as the Forest 45 minutes when we stuffed them at St James's Park. That away 45 minutes was perfection, Don. Absolute perfection. Can you add on to it? Have I said everything right?
Well, I mean, to be fair, mate, you might have been saying 2-1, but I distinctly remember saying it's going to be at least 3-0 because they're never going to be able to cope with our pace.
Yeah, I said 3-1, didn't I? I think I said 3-1.
I think you did. I said I 2-1. I said we were going to give up that creepy goal, but yep.
Yeah.
Had it not been for Pope's ridiculous near post antics, that would have been a clean sheet.
Yep.
But no, I think Eddie Howe got his tactics absolutely spot on coming out the box. I'm really liking where he's playing Wolfie at the minute. Really liking it. Again, Wolfmala had a great game. Pulled players left, right, and centre. Held the ball up well. Passed the ball out well. He just made it easy for the guys in front of him. And I don't think it was any coincidence that Gordon was able to just fly down the centre because they were too busy trying to get into Wolfie. So I thought it was a great tactic by Howe.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll break down the tactics a little bit later on in a way, or the formation and what was said in the press conference afterwards, which I thought was very telling and very interesting as well, to be fair. But Dan, I've not seen a dominant first half like that away from home from Newcastle ever.
The first 10 minutes, I was just salivating. I was just like, okay, this could be a cricket score. This is going to be something else. No, you're absolutely right. We have not seen determination like this season. It's been a while. For me, it very much felt like the first 21 minutes against Spurs at St. James's. It had that kind of feel. I went to the barber the day before, and I said, I hope we put them to the sword. I just said, we haven't faced them yet, but they've made it to the playoffs, so they're obviously a good enough team. I said, Chelsea did managed them, but at the same time, it wasn't spectacular. I was absolutely gobsmacked. So we can talk all the way through it.
You will.
2 PKs. I'm going to be honest right now and say I missed Murphy's goal, and I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time looking for it, because I saw all the messages, he only scores bangers, this, that, and the other. So I have to go look at it. I was out of the room when he scored, and I didn't get to see the replay. And I've been busy since the game.
It was all right. I'll let you watch it and have your say on it. But the first 45 minutes, I just want to tell you how dominant it was. But it's very strange. Possession-wise, 50-50. Right?
Wow.
Which I could not believe. It didn't feel like it. Our XG was 4.83, which is massive. We had 10 big chances in that first half, 16 shots, and they had none.
Good
so
Lord.
all that possession they had, that 50% of possession, they got nowhere near our goal. I think they had maybe one. They didn't have a single shot, which is crazy.
Not until the 67th minute.
Mental. I mean, the keeper pulled off 6 saves in the first half as well. If it wasn't for the keeper, that could have been 8 or 9 in the first half, very, very easily. But we'll talk about the first goal, because the first goal, I think, is probably the best goal of the night, because Dan Burn. You mentioned it, Don, about Dan Burn and his assists. I couldn't believe that's his 5th assist now, I think, this season. Did we say 4 the other night when we were talking? And then you got one last night. I was just like, I can't believe it. And it was cultured. It wasn't a header and knockback or anything like that. The way he powered forward out with the defence or the centre-back role, and then just curled it with the outside of his left foot into Gordon's path.
You're doing him a disservice. It wasn't a hurl. He actually lifts it over the defender's foot.
No, it wasn't a hurl. It was cultured.
It was perfect.
It was a cultured outside of the foot, bending it round the defender to right into Gordon's path, and he ran onto it and slotted it in the bottom corner. That, for me, was the best goal of the night.
Outside of the boot.
Yeah, exactly. It was just, I was thinking, that must be Botman doing that, because Dan Burn doesn't do things like that. But it was an incredible finish as well.
Scotty's made a good point in the chat. A lot of their possession will be on the restart.
Yeah, kicking off.
True.
He's obviously made it. He's made it to watch it, but he obviously hasn't been able to get online yet. He might make it a little bit later on. He's at work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
These last 3 or 4 games have been exactly what. Yeah, we do. I mean, huge game coming up. Baz, when is your Friday? Week tomorrow, 27th. Newcastle Benfield Football Club. Can't wait for it.
Dan Beckenbauer.
Yeah.
I love
it. It was an unbelievable pass, and I honestly couldn't believe it was Dan Burn who did it, because it was that good. And I was just wow. And then straight after that, Gordon goes through, keeper saves it, ball gets parried out to the left-hand side, ball spinning, and Trippier's whipped in an unbelievable in-swinger. And then Thiaw gets up, heads it back across goal into the far corner, and we're on cloud nine at that point, weren't we, Dan, really? I mean, 2-0 up after 8 minutes.
Yep. And again, we've been saying that Thiaw has been leggy the last couple of episodes simply because he's played, 34, 35 games in a row now without a break. And for him to be able to get forward and get his head on the ball like that, it was fantastic. It was, he was well-deserved, a well-deserved goal from him. So, and adding to his tally and adding to his legend, he has become, arguably the signing of the season for us.
Yeah.
So.
Big time, isn't it? Yeah. Well, yeah, I get that. He's normally there for his defensive capabilities, not his defense splitting passes.
Right.
But yeah, just incredible. Don, the header, I mean, it was beautiful. The cross from Trippier made it. It was a beautiful ball in.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it was absolutely perfect. And the header from Thiaw was just, spot on. He couldn't have put it any better if he tried. But again, he had some other really good moments in the game. I think our defence played really, really well. I mean, granted, the opportunities that Qarabag had were few and far between. But when we were getting pressed, I thought Dan Burn did a really good window shop display for the World Cup for himself last night. I thought he was fantastic.
100%.
100%.
I think Lewis Hall's probably put himself in the running as well. It could
be
quite...
got to go. He has to go. I think it'll be absolutely scandalous if he doesn't get in at left back. I really do. I think he's the best left back in the country, to be completely honest with you. Right, the penalty. I actually felt a bit sorry for them. I mean, I'm glad we got it in a way because we've been done a few times in the Champions League with soft penalties, ball hitting hand, not really much he could do. I mean, he was flinging his body across. There's nowhere else his hand could have been. He was breaking his fall. The ball hits his hand. And I honestly think, if that was against us, I'd be like, oh, come on. That's like the another Lewis Miley situation against PSG. Because, I mean, there's a defender who was going to block it. That's the thing. If it was a clear goal-scoring opportunity, like where he stopped it from going in, there was a defender right behind the defender who handballed it. So it would have been cleared. But I just felt a little bit sorry for them getting that because we've been badly done.
I said in our chat, I said, "Oh, that's harsh."
Yeah.
Again, what are the defenders supposed to do? Play with their hands in their pockets? He was breaking his fall, like he said, and it was just unfortunate. But it was judged to be a handball, and you got to step up and put those opportunities away. And fair play to Gordon. Yeah,
great penalty. Don, do you agree it was a handball or not? Or it
was a handball.
Well, I mean,
it was a handball. The simple fact of the matter is, when he strikes the ball is heading for the goal. Whether there's a defender there or not, it strikes the player's hand, which stops it on its way to the goal. We can't second guess that the defender is definitely, the guy who's behind him is definitely going to stop the ball. But he's basically stopped the goal that is directly heading into the back of the net with his hand. It's really unfortunate. But
natural
the rules
position,
of the game are...
The natural position. That's what they talk about, don't they? Was his hand in a natural position?
But I would get that. But effectively, can you imagine if it was just about to cross the goal line and he'd fallen
different
on
then.
it? We wouldn't be discussing it, would we?
No, the Murphy one, for example, when he got that one against Brentford, because there was no defender behind him, the ball was definitely going to go in. He stopped the goal scoring situation. But if you look at the situation for Qarabag the other night, there was literally one or two defenders who could have easily cleared that ball. They were in the line of the defender. So for me, with his hand being in a natural position, I just think it's harsh. Yeah, I think they would have, personally. I really do.
But the thing is, I mean, it's one of those things that when you look at what's been given against us in the past,
100%,
and the bar that they're set in the Champions League for handballs, it was a certainty. I think I do find it ridiculous that we've got what's a handball in the Championship, what's a handball in the Premiership, what's a handball in in the Champions League. God knows what a handball is going to look like in the World Cup.
Right.
And this is where we absolutely agree, because I mean, everyone in the pub and all my mates, everyone said it's a handball. They will give it, but it's harsh.
Yeah,
because that's the Champions League rules. In the Premier League, that would have got probably scrutinised for about 5 minutes, and then it would have all been down to who was refereeing. Was it natural position? Was it not a natural? All that would be discussed. But in the Champions League, it's literally, his ball struck his hand. It's stopping it from going towards goal, so we're going to give a penalty. And I don't agree with those rules sometimes.
We have the same discrepancies in the Premier League. I mean, you've only got to look at Willock. Unless Willock's nose is 5 centimetres long, he was not given the same advantage Man City got the last couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and Liverpool. Liverpool against Fulham, the worst one, that was given for 5 centimetres. It was, But I just think the handball rules should be the same across the whole of football, and they need to come out and say, look, this is going to be handball in the future for every instance. So they've got to be consistent. Stuttgart 1-0. I don't know who they're playing, to be honest with you. Anthony Gordon then gets on the score sheet again with sloppy defending, but a very well taken goal, and he deserved that goal for the hat trick because it was his work rate, his pressure that he put on the defender. He caused the defender to make a mistake. He pounced on it, rounded the keeper, slotted it home nicely. And we're all in. I mean, I was just like, Jesus Christ, what the hell is going on? This is unbelievable. He was unreal.
He epitomized Howe's press last night. It just, everything that Howe has been saying, this is how we're intense, this is how we play, we're always pressing. Anthony Gordon was the press last night. He was fantastic. Everything that we did well last night was going through him.
Yeah. Go on, say it. You've got to say it. You've got to say it. You've just started the whole line, Ted Lasso.
Oh, we've stopped playing to him, started playing through him. That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Sorry, I slow on the uptake.
Just a little. I mean, that goal epitomised the whole press and everything that Eddie Howe demands of his front three, wasn't it? It was just fantastic, Gordon, last night, and that goal epitomised the whole thing, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it actually the press starts off about 40 yards. It's probably about 10 to 15 yards inside the halfway line with Woltemara pressing on him, which forces the defender backwards, and then Anthony Gordon's like a man possessed, chasing him down. And he just scared the ball away from him, and he's in running. And I thought Gordon had a fantastic game, loads of energy. I think Eddie Howe did a really
outside the boot again,
bringing him off. Yep. So he made the right call, bringing him off. We always criticise Howe for being late on substitutions, so we have a tendency to. But last night he made the right calls. It would have been nice to leave him on the pitch so he could score a bucket full of goals. But he protected players last night. It was really good. And he let the young ones on as well. I would have liked to seen young Neves get on a bit earlier. But let's see what happens in the second leg. I think we'll see a lot of the young ones, and I think that'll be great.
We'll see. I know what Eddie Howe's like. He likes to make sure things... I know it's dead, but you know what he's like. He's very respectful. The next penalty again, I mean, it's a lovely through ball. He's running one-on-one with the keeper. He knows he's going to get to the ball first, knocks it to the side of him. Goalkeeper flies out at his feet. It's a blatant penalty. What did you all make of the kerfuffle, Dan? I mean, personally, it's Anthony Gordon's a penalty taker. Anthony Gordon takes the penalty.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think the captain, I mean, Trips, he said it after the match, but I mean, when you're watching it in real play, you can see what he's trying to do. He's like, come on, spread the wealth. This is going to be a long night for them. We're going to have plenty of these chances. Spread the wealth. You've got your hat trick already. You don't need to pad this. Let Willock take it. Let Dan Byrne take it. Let somebody else take it. But you're absolutely right. He's the penalty taker. He's the assigned penalty taker. So, and come on, every penalty taker, every forward, every goal scorer is going to say they want to score more goals. So, for me, it looked like Alan Shearer and Paul Robinson back in against Sheffield Wednesday. It was yes, youngster, you earned the penalty, but I'm taking this. That's the way it goes. I am the penalty taker, and for all intents and purposes, Anthony Gordon also won the penalty. So why wouldn't he take it? So no, for me, I thought it was poor form from Trippier. I think Trippier was just like I know what he was trying to do, but at the same time, come on, Cap, this is your guy. You got to let him be.
There's still a job to be done, isn't there? This is the thing for me. I know it was 4-0, but 5-0 is massive. So if you've got someone who's in a hot streak like Gordon was, and he has been taking penalties. He's only missed 1 in 11, I think, or 1 in 12 now.
Yep.
I get what Trips is trying to do as well. It's just you don't give away. You don't just hand a penalty to somebody else and hope he scores. And I think Eddie Howe would have been happy that Gordon stood his ground personally.
Yep.
Your thoughts, Don?
Yeah, I totally agree with Dan. The simple fact of the matter is the captain is on the pitch to execute the manager's plan, not to second guess it.
Yeah, exactly.
The manager has got Gordon as the penalty taker. That's where he sits. It's not up to Trips to change the plans.
Yeah. And again, you go 5-0 up. If he passes that to Voldemort and Voldemort misses, it has the complete opposite effect, doesn't it?
Yep.
There's always that side of it. I can see why people would say, well, he bangs it in, he gets his confidence up again. He should have his confidence up. He scored last week.
Yep.
Alanga scored 2 weeks ago against City.
What part of Voldemort's play at the moment suggests he's not got confidence?
Well, exactly. His last 2 games
I saw him dancing around in the middle, playing the ball around at his feet. I mean, he's 6 foot tall. He should be an ostrich, but he can play that ball really well in his feet. No, there's confidence in him.
I really like him. Yep.
Yeah.
I really like him. I really like the way he's playing.
We all wanted him to come good after his blip, and there's been so much negativity around him because he hasn't been scoring goals. But people,
have you actually seen his stats though? This negativity, it's crazy.
I know.
Do you know the only player on our team? There's one player on our team who has a better conversion rate than Walter Mortar. I think you can probably guess. Nope.
Oh no. Our conversion rate in the team now, Harvey Barnes.
Shots to scoring.
Or shots to scoring. Visser.
No. The only person who's better than Wolfie on that pitch for when he puts a shot on the target is Bruno.
No, Bruno.
There you go.
So a quarter of the time when Wolfie shoots, a quarter of the time he scores.
Yeah. Which is good.
There's only Bruno with a 26% that's better.
And we're talking about his first season as well, though. Coming from Germany, would you get more time on the ball in Germany? Yep. It's a different league. It's a lot faster and a lot more physical in the Premier League, and he's still adapting to it. Yes, he hit the ground running because obviously he scored on his debut, then went on a bit of a run, and everyone's thinking, oh, what have we got here? And then Visser comes back and he starts, resting him, and then that seems to have had a detrimental effect on his game rather than being the right, trying to rest him was the right thing, really. But I love him. I honestly, I think we always said he was the new German Beardsley, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Baltimore didn't commit to playing midfield with the back. No, he won't be. And
I think you're wrong, Scott.
Joe Linton didn't come here to play in midfield. I think we can say that worked out.
Yeah, agreed.
It's so true. Oh God,
can we go back? There was a comment that said, the new Mr. Versatile. We've been saying that for a couple of years now, Baz. You and me. I keep calling Anthony Gordon a Swiss Army knife. He's a character you can put. He can play wide left. He can play wide right. He can play down the center. That's why he was the first name on the team sheet during the under-21s, because he could do everything. It's where he was wearing the number 9, because in the lack of a true number 9, you had to have somebody, and he was it.
I have to admit, a lot of hands up from everyone. We didn't want to see Anthony Gordon play up front again, and then suddenly,
agreed. Agreed. But I think, can we just say maybe it was what we've been talking about since we signed them both? We've been wanting to see Vissa and Voltemata play together. Vissa's not available, so we do. This gets us Anthony Gordon up front, Voltemata behind him. We get Barnes in his best position on the left rather than on the right, and Alanga's coming into his own now.
Yeah. Yeah,
so here we've got the best four we can ask for at the moment. When everybody, if everybody was fit, would we want to have Anthony Gordon back on the left and Barnes on the right and Vissa up front and Voltemata behind him? I don't know. Given this particular showing, I think Hal's got this particular.
He's got a big headache, hasn't he? Really, to be fair, and it's a great headache to have. And yes, that's a very good observation, because Joe Linton's Brazilian, and ever since he moved into midfield, when Howe turned him into a midfielder, he got into the Brazilian squad and into the Brazilian team. So just because Voltemata plays as number 9 for Germany, they play a complete different system to us and play to his strengths. We're not, so he's fitting into our team. And he's fitting into the role that we want him to play, and he's starting to show what he's capable of. And he'll do anything to be in the team, to be fair. And I didn't see a Voltemata on that pitch last night or in the last 2 games who was unhappy at his new role. I think he seems to be taking it on and taking his stride, and he's excelling in it. So why wouldn't he carry on wanting to do it? He can play for number 9 for Germany and play for 10, 8, whatever, hybrid 8, whatever you want to call it these days. He seems to be pretty happy.
He even put a little bit of shift in as a 6 last night.
This is it.
He played deep and was like, deep playmaker.
Exactly. So he seems to be fitting into the role absolutely fine. If he was unhappy playing that role, he wouldn't have worked his arse off like he did last night. You wouldn't see him that deep. You wouldn't see him doing it.
You've got to look about it is that, Germany has a good squad. It's a competitive squad. He can, he plays number 9, but now he's also proven he can be a really good number 10.
Yeah.
And he can even come back into the midfield. He's versatile. He's got way more chance of being on the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed.
We paid 69 million because that was the price that they wanted at the time when we were desperate for someone who can put the ball in the net. It is that simple. End of. And again, we played him as a 9, we're playing him as a 10, we're playing him as an 8, or whatever you want to call it. He's just let's see how it develops and let's see how it plays out. There's no point in criticizing it and say he's going to be off, because he won't be. I'm telling you now.
His last 3 games, he's been fantastic.
Yep.
And he scores his goal as well. I think his confidence is going through the roof. I think
he's enjoying his football.
He's happy. The squad seem to love him as well. The team.
Yeah, exactly. The players around him love it. He's on 8 goals. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and it's nice to see the goals being spread around again, because that was something that we were really struggling with. There wasn't enough scorers around the team. There was Bruno and Voltemata. Then when they dried up, there was no one. Barnes, Gordon wasn't scoring. Murphy wasn't scoring, Alanga wasn't scoring, Tonali wasn't chipping in, Joe Linton wasn't chipping in. We were struggling a little bit. We'll see Baltimore's best game where he's had some real training. Exactly. Wait till next season. I think we'll see Nick flourish next season. I guarantee we'll see. But again, he's sort of flourishing now, but I think he'll go to another level when he's had longer with the squad. Problem is, it is a World Cup year. We'll see how much time we actually get together. By the way, fair play to
when he was having that success at the start of the season, that was early doors when they hadn't learned the squad. But then it's that game of chess, isn't it? They've learned how to counter us by putting that low block in, which is where we've started struggling to score goals. And now Eddie's, doing that second part of the chess move to try and counter that low block.
Yeah,
and you've got to see where Voltemata fits into that. But in that, 10-8 position, I think he's doing a great job.
Yeah, and long may it continue. Second half, fair play to Qarabag. They changed their tactics themselves. They went into a bit of a low block. They seemed to have got a lot more physical and were a bit quicker and sharper out to our boys when they had the ball. And that was evident because obviously the second half finishes 1-1. We win 6-1. And they made it a harder for us to break them down. Their goal, I mean, I can understand why Pope's getting criticised a bit, but he didn't half hit it, that left foot. It was a good strike from a very short distance.
Agreed.
And it's at an awkward height, and it just seems to hit him and go in. Was he thinking he was offside, Don, or was it? I mean, I find it hard to say it's a complete mistake by Pope because I think the lad hits it quite true.
No, to be honest, I think you're being too kind to Pope there. I quite literally think Pope was busy thinking, I wonder what it'll be like to play against Chelsea versus Barcelona. Oh shit, we're still playing Qarabag. I think that's what happened there. I think he completely switched off to what was going on in the game. Because it actually goes between his arm and his hip, body.
Yeah.
Quite literally, all he had to do was move his arm in and it would have stopped the ball. I genuinely think he just switched off for a second. And he got punished. And you're right in what they're saying. The ball was absolutely hammered. I just don't think he was expecting it. And he just wasn't on his toes.
He's probably expecting a cross, maybe.
Goalkeeper mistake. Yeah.
Because I mean, the angle was more like I thought he was going to hammer it across goal, to be honest with you. I didn't think he was going to shoot, but he did. And fair play to him. I mean, he hit it really well. Pope, it's a tough one. But I hate criticising goalkeepers sometimes when the ball's hit well and it's a short distance. But yeah, I would like to have thought he would have saved it if he was switched on a bit more. Dan, your thoughts on that? I've just thought,
No, I agree with Don. I think we expect better from Pope.
Yeah.
And if he has any thoughts of being on the plane to the Americas over the summer, I mean, if he harbored any thoughts, you can't have a space out like that. Fair play to the Qarabag player. It was a fantastic shot. You could see the disappointment on his face when he saw the flag go up, because I think he was like, I'm not offside. I know I'm not offside. Yeah. He timed that run perfectly and he drilled it. And it was a great goal, great score from him. So yeah, I would like to have seen a clean sheet, and yeah, I think I'm with Don, where I think his mind was somewhere else, and not really making it his priority that night. So yep.
I think the bit gives it for me is if it had been the Qarabag goalkeeper in goal, he'd have saved it.
Yep.
Yeah, he had a great game. To be fair,
I was waiting for the end to talk about the Qarabag keeper because I'm just looking at the replay, looking at the highlights. The number of shots that he faced last night and the number of saves that he made last night, were commendable. I mean, he controlled his area. He didn't have an answer for Anthony Gordon. I would rather have. I wonder if he had a space out a couple of times where he was like, I wonder what it would be like to play goal and replace Pope on this team.
Yeah, I wonder what it would be like at the other end, just sitting there having a cup of tea.
I didn't think he had I thought he had a great game. The scoreline flatters us because we earned it. I mean, it was there. But at the same time, you go and look at how many shots that we had and how many were on target. And then how many saves? Because I thought he did a great job last night.
Yeah, like I say, he made 6 saves in the first half and he conceded 5. I mean, you've got to feel a bit sorry for him. Do you know what it reminded me of? Remember when we played? It was a long time ago in the Kevin Keegan. We played West Ham at St James's Park, and we beat them 3-0, but we had 41 shots at goal.
Yep.
And the keeper had a blinder. I can't remember who was in goal. It was quite an old goalkeeper at the time. But he absolutely just pulled off save after save after save. We had Tino and everyone banging the shots in, and we only scored 3. And it was just like they asked Kevin Keegan at the end of the game. Always remember, you've just had the record amount of shots in a Premier League game. What did you think? Well, I think they need to get on the training pitch and learn how to finish better. So there we go. Do we go for Trafford? I hope we do. to be completely honest with you. I don't think Ramsdale's done enough to be permanent. I really don't. I think if we go with Pope and Ramsdale again next season, we've missed a trick, because I think Trafford wants to be a first-team goalkeeper somewhere, and I think he's worth buying from City if City will sell him. And Villa are after him as well, so that just shows you how good of a goalkeeper he is, because Villa wouldn't replace
Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez for any reason other than Martinez is leaving and they want another top quality goalkeeper. So Trafford for me should be, again, a high priority, but get it done quick. Don't muck about like we did this summer. What are we doing with Nick? Well, Nick will be part of the squad. I mean, he's probably got maybe one more year left in him, potentially. But he stays in the side because he saves us at times. It is that simple. The Murphy goal, again, if you had a chance to watch it now, Dan?
No, I was just getting to it. No, talk about it.
No, we will. But it's not a banger, as in you would think, oh wow, that's unstoppable. It actually takes a big deflection. Oh, yeah. But it's still, you've got to buy a ticket to win the lottery, and that's what he did. He took the ball on the right hand side, cut inside from one of their defenders
with his left foot.
Yeah, he rifled it with his left foot, and the Qarabag defender stuck his head out. The keeper had already dived, and it went right in the middle of the goal, and it just put the icing on the cake for the game. Put it back to a 5-goal difference. And again, Don, it just sealed the game, didn't it? Because I mean, the second half wasn't anywhere near as thrilling as the first half, but it didn't need to be. We just needed to be professional and see the game out, and that goal was just a nice little learner. That one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think they eased off in the second half. I do want to point out one thing. It hits the player's head and goes in, but it was heading for the top corner, and it didn't hit the player. So I think you would have probably scored anyway. It didn't look to me like it was going wide. Otherwise,
no, it definitely wasn't. It was definitely a very good hit, but it does take a big deflection, which gives the keeper absolutely no chance, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think the keeper would have got to it if it hadn't been deflected.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate one for the defender. He tries to stop what is going in the back of the net, and it ends up in the back of the net anyway.
Yeah.
But no, the second he started moving in, I was like, "Oh, hello, he's gonna let one go here," and he hit it so sweetly. It was lovely.
He did. Yeah, we've already talked about Nick and his performances. There's definitely no bad blood between Gordon and Voltemada at all. That'll all be cleared up in the dressing room. We're not worried about it one single bit. Sula to get Harry against them next time, won't we? It was nice, as you mentioned. We'll go to the changes. Neve comes on and makes his debut. He actually, for the short time he was on the pitch, he actually did some nice things. Great cross he put in when he scored from the header. Was it Chow again who had the header? I can't remember. It was at the back post and it just went wide.
Yeah. And then Asula got to it to keep it in.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was nice to see him get on the pitch. How do you know? Oh, God. Isn't it obvious when Trips comes out and does his interview and says it was all sorted in the dressing room? I mean, come on. It's called being informed and listening to players.
I don't understand the comment because he's talking about Voltemada and Gordon. I haven't seen any bad blood between Gordon and Voltemada.
No, exactly. It's just because of the penalty. So, of course, he'll say, just wait and see. There's no elephant in the room when it comes to that. Gordon also, 33 minutes to score a hat-trick, the fastest ever hat-trick by an English player and a player for an English club in the Champions League. I also read somewhere we fielded 7 English players the other night.
Absolutely spot on.
It's the most since Man United won it all those years ago in the quarterfinal and went on to win it against Bayern Munich in the final. So I thought that was that, for a Premier League that's littered with foreign players, we're one of the only clubs who do fly that English and British flag very high, don't we? So that was also nice. Come on, Gary, you're behind us. Yeah, in the 90s is when they did it. When did they win? It was 1998, 99 when they did the treble, wasn't it? I'm trying to work them all out, aren't you? Pope, Hall.
Yeah.
Byrne, Alanga, Gordon, Barnes. And then Murphy came on, so there's 8. Neve came on, there's 9. Willock came on, there's 10. Willock played as well. So yeah,
it was 7 in the starting 11, and then we
okay,
brought on
but not Alanga. You're talking Willock. Willock is English.
Oh yeah, Langa's Sweden. Sorry, he grew up as in England, but he plays for Sweden. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so yeah, Willock was the other one to make it 7, and then there was players who came on as well.
Right
in front of me. Not the comments, mate. Not the way the comments came in. Yes, Alanga is Swedish, but he grew up going through the ranks at Man United, so he could have actually played for England as well if he wanted to.
Yep, agreed.
He was born here, which is why I always get mixed up with him sometimes. Does Gordon get your man of the match? I mean, it's pretty hard not to give it to him, isn't it?
100%. And the game ball. Look at that.
Yeah. So here's some more stats for you. 4 goals in 1 game. First hat-trick in senior career for him. Fastest Champions League hat-trick for an English player. Joins Tino Asprilla and Alan Shearer to score a European hat-trick. 10 goals in 9 Champions League games this season. Just incredible. And he's also got a few assists in there as well. So his goal involvements are probably up to like 14, 15 or something like that. But I've not seen the stat itself. But there are some really good shout-outs as well for other players who had excellent games. I mean, Lewis Hall, you mentioned, absolutely fantastic. Dan Byrne, fantastic. Chow, fantastic. Trips was a leader. Tonali looks like he's getting back to his best now. Thank God. Because he is stepping up when we really need him to step up because of the Bruno being missing.
And Miley.
Yeah. Miley missing as well.
Good to see Joe Linton come back.
Yeah, he came back on absolutely brilliant. But this is also quite a nice stat. It's most victories by an English manager in a single Champions League campaign. He's now up there with one of the greats in Bobby Robson.
Look at that.
Yeah. Graham Potter has got 5, and Eddie Howe's got 5. He's going to make it 6 when we beat them at home as well. So you'll actually have that record.
And now Anthony Gordon is now sandwiched between Mbappe and Kane in the scoring charts. He's above Kane.
Mbappe has 13. Mbappe has 13. I can't even remember him scoring 13 in the Champions League this year. It's just a sarcastic answer. And by the way, we also have a new Mimi. So we're going to be using this one every time we win away in Europe now. We've obviously got the Dan Byrne one for when we win away in the Premier League. And now we've got this one for Europe. So love it. Shout out to Mimi Castle, or whoever it is who made it on Twitter.
That's funny.
That's a good one. That's a sexy ball to take. Oh, yeah. Did you see Lewis Hall at the end of the game? Basically, Gordon was carrying his ball and Lewis went, "Gives a look." And he got his ball and threw it away. Made him go chase after it. I thought, you little git. That is so funny.
Did you see, though, that it was one of the Newcastle coaching staff who had to chase after the referee to get the ball?
Did he?
The referee was walking off with a ball. One of the Newcastle staff actually ran off and went, "Oh, you want that? It's a hat-trick ball."
Yeah, it's a hat-trick ball. Come on.
So clearly there was a conspiracy to stop him having that ball last night.
Brilliant. All that arguing at halftime, he's not going to get his ball. Before we jump onto the tactics and the formation and things like that, we'll quickly just pop all this stuff up. So, there is a membership option to help us run the channel for free and then also donate to charity. We've got great sponsors in Crow, 20% off for everything using code BAZ20. Link is in the description for all of the sponsors, including Sparky, the multi-award winning Geordie Land experience. So all you guys who are flying over and you want to learn about our history and heritage, Geordie Land experience is the place to go to do some tours and guides and things like that to help you fill your time while you're over here waiting for the games. And if you get a chance when you're in Wallsend, pop down to Prince Charming and check out all their memorabilia. Loads of stuff in there, from Newcastle to music to boxing, other sports. Absolute great little shop. And they're also sponsoring our incredible night that we've got planned a week tomorrow. Hopefully, I heard Supermac's not been feeling well, so we hope he's going to be okay. Gibble's definitely still involved. Graham's still involved. So even if Supermac doesn't make it, we'll still be doing it because Gibble can tell a story. I can tell you that. But I'll keep everyone posted on that. But 27th, literally a week tomorrow, £15 per person. If you want to get some tickets, just scan this QR code. If you need a link, I've got a link I can send you in an email. Can't wait to do it. We're all just going to have a laugh. Even a couple of the Mackhams are coming over. Martin hopefully will be at. We are doing the Oil Brothers tomorrow night, but Martin won't be available because his dad's going in for an operation. So we wish everything goes well for that. But he will be coming up on the Friday for the talk-in as well. So we're going to have a great laugh, a few beers, and listen to some great stories, basically. Right, the lads came straight back in, didn't they? Slept on the probably. Did you see the plane that went on? I forgot to put the picture up. Sparky sent it in our group. It was like a proper plane, seats, couches, the lot.
Is that what all Saudi Airlines look like? I book a flight. Come on, let's go.
I can only imagine that was super rich who get that plane. Oh, that's good. There we are. So he should be well enough. That sounds very good. Right, let's talk about the formation, the tactics, because I thought when Eddie Howe got asked that question, he answered it brilliantly because he was basically asked, you played I think it was a 4-3-3 against Villa, and then you played 4-2-3-1 against the last couple of games. He went, no, we haven't. We played 4-4-2 against Villa, and we played 4-3-3 in the last couple of games. So I don't know where people are getting their formations from, but this is how well Eddie Howe, he says he doesn't. People say he can't change his tactics, he can't change his formation, he can't do this, he can't do that. He obviously sets up with a game plan with his 4-3-3, but then he gives job roles to players to say, right, you can go wandering into this space, you can go and do this, and you can go and do that. Because most of the night, I thought we were playing more of this, a 4-2-1-3.
Yep.
I thought that's what it was more like, because Voltemada was trying to be as high up as he could to support Gordon and the other two wingers. Tenardi was sitting deep. Willock was making runs when he could as well. But the formation, he said, starts as a 4-3-3. But like I say, everyone has certain roles and strengths, and Eddie Howe has obviously noticed that, and he's given those guys the freedom to express themselves when they feel it's necessary to do it. I mean, personally, Dan, I think he's been getting far too much stick, and after listening to that interview, he has gone up again in my estimations about how tactically aware he really is, and people just need to lay off it.
And he's a proper psychological operator.
Yeah,
he can play mind games with the best of them. No, I agree. He says it's a 4-3-3. Sometimes it looked like a 4-2-3-1. Sometimes, like you said, it looked like a 4-2-1-3. Sometimes it was a 4-2-1-2-1.
Sometimes it was a 4-5-1. It just depends on what we were doing.
And it worked. That was the most important thing. I think, again, we've talked about this many times. Voltemada was thrown into a position at the beginning of the season. He was brought in on the last day of the transfer window. We had no strikers whatsoever because the rat had fucked off, and the other guy that we bought, was injured. He was thrown up front out of necessity, and because no one had dealt with him in the Prem before, he was able to get some good goals. He was able to get some good stuff. But like we've said, he's not your typical 9. And we've all been saying we need to see what it looks like when he plays in his proper position with is like a false 9, a withdrawn striker, or basically a pseudo 10.
Yeah.
We've seen that now in the last 2 games, and it's been fantastic. I think we've finally found a way to get Voltemada on the pitch. He's been riding the bench for a bit, this season, but we finally got a way to get him on the pitch, get him involved in play, get him orchestrating, making him the You got to play not to him, but through him. Sitting right behind behind the 9, and everything's going through him. It really looks spectacular. And if that's in a 4-2-3-1, if that's a 4-2-1-3, whatever it is, it's working. And as long as Eddie Howe is happy with the results, and everybody else is happy with the results, long may it continue.
Well, the results are proven themselves, aren't they? Really, won three away games in a row. Everyone looked at this run and went, "We're not going to win a game."
Right.
Especially when we got beat up Brentford, everyone's like, "Well, we're not going to win a game until April." The way the fixtures are, but how this is when we're really good, I think. Sometimes, especially Eddie Howe and Jason Tindall, when the back's against the walls, it's the very Newcastle thing to do. What they do, they pull out results where you would not expect those results to happen, and I also think there's a very good chance we might actually nick something against City at the weekend, because we're in this vein of form now. We're certainly going to give them a hell of a game, unlike what we've done in the past at the Etihad. But yeah, Don, your thoughts on the formation and the roles of the players? Do you kind of agree what I've said there? It did look more like a 4-2-1-3 at times, but also looked like a 4-5-1 at times when we didn't have the ball. It just he mixes it up.
Well, so last night on our channel chat, the first comment I put in there was, "I am loving this formation."
Yeah.
That was before the kick off. As soon as I'd seen the formation, I was like, this is going to be great. We're going to miss Bruno. It's as simple as that. You can't have Bruno Guimaraes outside your squad and not miss him. But I tell you what, with a new formation and Wolfie in the middle, we're doing things we never did, which was win without Bruno on the pitch.
Yeah.
So I think Howe's looked at his options. He's thought, how can I get the best out of this squad? And I think the last 3 games, he's kind of proven he's got the best out of that squad.
Yeah, absolutely. And long may it continue. I mean, we've got some difficult games, but isn't it exciting to be in these games? That's the most important thing for me. You can talk about fatigue and all that sort of stuff, but those players are going to, now they've started getting that winning taste back again. They're going to be like, when's the next game? Not, we've got a game in 2-3 days' time. It's like, bring it on. We've got Man City
away. Play tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah. Let's go and give them a game and see what happens. I just hope if we do get beat, or when we get beat against City, that's normally the case, that these people online don't start this whole Eddie Howe's this, Eddie Howe's that. He needs to go on, because he loses one game in the last 4. They do my head in. Hats off to Tonali for leading in the midfield without Bruno. Yeah, go on, Don.
We're going to be last 16.
Yeah,
with a reasonable chance of being in the last 8 of the Champions League, because Chelsea are hit and miss. And if you look at Barca's February, they've lost against some pretty bloody easy teams.
Yeah, they're
second in La Liga, but they can have some bad games. And I think one of the things that Barca, we were right with Barca, is Lewandowski's a great player, but he's getting old. Rashford's a great player, but he's getting old. I think their pace is not going to worry us as much as what it would have done previously.
Yeah. Yamal's probably the big danger. But if we can keep him quiet, then you just never know, do you? Late to the party, nothing new will catch up.
Good to see you, Jim.
Hope you're well, Jim. Hope things are getting better over in America. He's in Canada. I can't remember if he's America or Canada.
If he's smart, he's gone to Canada.
Jim, I'm sure he's Canada, isn't he? I can't remember. But if he's a cheat, he's definitely from Canada. Oh, man. Right, we will be back tomorrow night with Oil Brothers. Like I say, Martin won't be on. It'll be Ed who will be joining us, just because obviously his dad goes in for an operation tomorrow. So we wish him all the best. And then we'll be back on Sunday night for the review. I know, Dan, you'll be missing for that because you will be catching your flight. Can't wait for you to get over and we can start our fun. Don, he is old, not as old as me, but for a player who's coming down the other side of the hill. I'm guessing we're talking guess we're talking about yeah, Paul, I knew it was Canada. I don't know why I didn't remember that and why I second guessed myself, but there we go. Last word from you, Don.
Let's see what happens on the weekend. If they come and they turn up and they've got that confidence and Eddie gets his formation right, I think we can make things difficult for City. City are now in that position where they need to win games to win the league. So there's a little bit of pressure on them as well.
Right, absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, I think the one thing that's really gone against us, I mean, we'll talk about it more tomorrow night, Dan, but Arsenal bottling it against Wolves 2-0 up away from home puts it to 2-2. That kind of gives Man City a little bit more of a glimmer of light and hope about winning the league, and that might just spark them to try and put on a performance against us. So that could have went against us, but they also might think, well, we kind of got a bit of a free hit here because we weren't expecting Arsenal to drop points, and Newcastle's a tough game. So it works either way, doesn't it? But yeah, your last words, Dan?
No, fantastic match yesterday. Fantastic result. Can't wait for the return on Tuesday the 24th. That's going to be great at St. James's under the lights. I just got joined by two mutts. They both just came running in the room and jumped up on the bed. No, I'm ecstatic with our form right now. This is the right time to go away to City and play at the Etihad. Let's see what happens of it. And then I think I've got 2 nights and a wake up. I think is what I've got now. I'll be on the 5:30 p.m. red eye out of San Francisco, arriving in Newcastle the following day at 3:30 p.m. So I can't wait to get there and start our adventure. You know, we've got many games to see. We've got the charity night on the 27th, which is going to be fantastic. And then just catching up with all of our mates. It's going to be a good time. Jack and I have been going back and forth. We're just trying to see what kind of shenanigans we can get up to. So it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of shenanigans. It's
Yep.
going to be fun. Right. Thank you, everyone in the chat, as always. Everyone who's on Twitter. If Twitter worked, apparently there's been a bit of problems with the streaming service. Also on Instagram. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the way out and, super hype the show, whatever it's called. But most importantly, guys, just, stay sensible. We've got a big game at the weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow night to talk about that with Ed and maybe somebody else from the Mancunian way. So
good to see you, Don.
Yeah, Don, fantastic work as always.
One thing I did mention, forget to mention, Nate got arrested.
Yeah.
Nate bother in Qarabag.
There you go. Absolutely.
They were all doing that.
No, I'll tell you what. I have been following a couple of other YouTubers as they've been over there for the match, and they are having a good time sightseeing. They said it's a beautiful city, beautiful. And I know Don told us that about Baku, so they're having a great time. So may everyone get home safely without incident, and they'll be all right.
Yeah, which I'm sure they have, and they're on the way back now, aren't they? So yeah, kudos to the away fans because they were fantastic. To be fair, especially when the horse mascot was out and they was chanting, "You're going to get punched in the morning." That was absolutely hilarious. But there we go. That just shows you the humor that we have. Right. On that note, good night, and see you tomorrow night while we have a
good night all.
The Newcastle City game.
Hey,
Take
guys.
care.